If you guys have his medicine, come on. Like, it's fucked up.
No.
Like, why are we? If
That's
he's
the most
leaving,
insane thing in the world, bro.
he's just using that as an excuse to stay longer. Like,
You guys want to say bye to him?
Yeah, bye.
have a good one.
See you, Rizlo.
That's all? After a week and after 11 days, that's all he gets?
I mean, we're kind of over it right now.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Clearly, no one would employ that lady if not. You would hire her to be your lunch lady. The kids would be so skinny. She'd eat them.
She's not qualified to be a lunch lady. That won't do.
No.
That's what they.
Trash man, clearly.
She's like that Walking Dead person. She'd be a good trash man. I see you dumping that thing out. Developing partnerships with advocacy groups to support economic workforce development or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it is some DEI job. It's hard to get a straight answer on this thing. Like, what she
That's
really
how you
do.
know. Because it's like it sounds made up and abstract and vague when you hear her job title. It's like, so what do you do here? You know, it's one of those jobs. She's clearly
some guy at JP Morgan is like, that's where the trash cans have been going. Like, imagine that wasn't the only can. Her entire apartment is just full to the brim of garbage cans.
I don't know what she did, but she steals trash cans and she embarrassed herself and she lost her job. And it probably won't be easy to get it again.
No,
JP
Morgan's not going to bring her back.
You think this event might come up in the hiring process at the new place?
So,
I think nowadays, they Google your name, and she's very famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could also see this as, like Kyle was saying, like not a useful position at all. Maybe they hired her at like the peak of woke like 5 years ago, and they've been thinking like, oh man, we're burning $390K a year or some shit on this lady who just like fires useful people based on like attributes she doesn't like. We got to get her out. Oh, she stole the garbage can. Whew. Get her out of here.
I think her job is externally facing. Like she works with people outside JP Morgan and outreach stuff. She probably finds a way to spend charity money or something. That's what I'm trying to gather from this.
Doesn't do anything now.
Yeah.
But she's got that can. Actually, maybe she doesn't even have the can anymore. Maybe it was repossessed.
Ooh, do you think they went? I bet she's got the can.
It's so disgusting.
I bet it haunts her.
I bet it smells like shit.
See, now that's where we disagree. I think that's a hell of a souvenir. Like Woody said, they're selling them for $170. I wonder if it's the same quality.
Mm-hmm. Because it looked good.
It looks good. Like I mean, you could probably just take a regular trash can and knock a coat of paint on there and get something similar. But I'd love to have that as a souvenir if my team just had won a championship. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. I agree. It would be cool. The Knicks don't win very often, and as the worst basketball GM in history. What'd you say?
The last time the Knicks won a championship, the Heimlich maneuver had not been invented yet.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Something happened 27 years ago. They might have lost 27 years ago, and it's been even longer since they won. Something like
way
that.
longer. It's like the 70s since they've won or something crazy.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And like their best player is an undersized guard who's 6'2". I don't see him like winning year after year, but Stephen Curry did. So I don't know. I always get it wrong.
Yeah, I like to see these people lose. That's all. It's always good to see. Just fat people, really.
Yeah, what a crazy Humpty Dumpty vibe she has. Like it was like mostly not skinny legs by any stretch, but not as fat as one would expect with that torso. Then the arms also not as fat as you would expect. Very weeble wobble.
You know, if you pushed her down, like she would have such a hard time getting back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'd be going turtle style.
Yeah, I like watching those fat chicks fight online, and I like chick fights more than guy fights sometimes because one chick is often like down to go, and the other one thinks she is, but she's never been in a fight, and then immediately it's like, whoa, you picked on the wrong lady. I saw one the other day. The title was like, she cracks her head like a coconut, and I was like, yes, please play that one. And this white girl has this other white girl. They're both in bikinis, I think. She's got her on the grass, and she's punching her in the side of the skull, and it's going pock, 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 pock. and she must have hit her in the head 15, 20 fucking times.
Damn.
It was so. I love it. I love it. It's my favorite, of course, is when it's ghetto style. When you got a couple of black broads going at it, titties start flopping and flying everywhere, and inevitably a Kia comes out of nowhere and decks one of them, sends her flying.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a good fight unless one of the participants is a car.
There has to be like environmental damage that could potentially happen at any point in Ultima. Could fly through and smack someone. Like those Super Smash Brothers levels where you'd have to be careful with the cars. Like you could be duking it out, but then a car comes, smashes you both.
It's been a long time since we talked about the deleted subreddit "Pussy Pass Denied," but I used to get a kick out of that one. It's basically women hitting men and them not obeying the "it's okay to hit me, I won't hit you back" rule. They don't know that rule.
Like I feel like the banner video of that has to be the classic from maybe even 15 years ago on the game show where the guy's like, "How can she slap? How can she slap?" And it's like, answer him. How can she slap? You know, clearly he can slap.
Yeah, he's amazing at it. Oh, and then there's the other one. I don't know this game, but it involves a big metal bowl, like something you might put popcorn in, and like the guy and the girl are doing it. She wins. She hits him with this bowl so fucking hard it puts a big dent in it. And he's like, "All right, noted." If I remember right, she wins the second time. Maybe it's bottle flipping or something. And she hits him with the dented bowl, which is now kind of strengthened by its new shape. Whacks him good. And then he wins. And it's like, "Oh, bitch, it's coming back times 10 now." And everyone goes wild because she's like knocked out or something. Like she's out. She gets it. He hits her with everything he has, and then he looks at the camera like, "Yeah, I did it." And I'm like, you know what? Like, she broke that bowl on you. She gets what's coming.
Oh yeah, he broke that bowl on her too. Like it was like he hit her so hard it was like when like Wile E. Coyote gets piano keys in his teeth. Like just smashed her. He brought it down like Donkey Kong throwing a barrel, just smashed that bitch. And it was like if I recall, it seemed like a Korean, Japanese, they were Asians, and so I assume it was one of those weird Japanese game shows. And usually those are more lighthearted. It's like, you know, make a goofy shape so that you don't get knocked into the water, and the pattern of the shape passes over you. Or it's like,
be good at it?
No.
Me too. I'd be terrible. Maybe Prime me could be better than average, but right now, I can't do that shape reliably.
I'm like not mic'd up, but you can still hear me yelling. I'm like, none of the head spots are big enough. No matter how I move, I can't get fucking through this.
It's reshaped on the other side of you.
Yeah. That would be a fun one to try at like a Sky Zone style place. I'd give it a go.
I like the tortilla slapping game. Where we hold the water in our mouths and we slap each other with tortillas. I like the game where everybody's blindfolded and they're kind of like in trash cans, and they're occasionally popping up and like swinging a pool noodle or something at air because they can't see each other, and to the viewer they're just alternating like weasels popping out of holes and swinging.
Here's great. The one I like. They take a full water bottle, maybe even a little larger, like a 2-liter Coke, and they swing it from the ceiling. And they're all there blindfolded, dodging it based on like Jedi vibes. And the thing just swings back and forth until someone gets conked nicely in the head. And it's a blast. They overreact. It's a good time. I like that.
The OG one of those that actually looked really dangerous and painful, because it was.
I just think they're more
like
tender than a newer strip.
Maybe it was even a Jackass 1 where they had all the guys put on blindfolds and go into
go with a ribeye.
Like looked like an overflow room in like a hotel, and then they were all given like full weight medicine balls, and there was no goal to the game. It was just throw them as hard as you can, and then they had like a night vision camera showing all the action, and guys were getting like pummeled by, like, imagine that you're blindfolded and you go to throw your medicine ball as hard as you can, but then fucking Ryan Dunn 2 inches in front of you just hits you in the head with it on act. Like a 12-pound medicine ball is no joke.
Yeah, dude.
Like an adult man swinging that at you. Very funny. Jackass is doing their final movie.
So they said.
Good.
they are. I mean, those guys are like. Isn't Johnny Knoxville like
torch?
54? Like,
See, you can't pass the torch. They try to do that. And they, for like the last couple jackasses, they've included these new people, and I never know who they are. Maybe they're into skating, like these guys are. Maybe they're into BMX. Maybe they're just like streamers or friends or something. I never know who these people are. There's always a woman involved who just lets you down at every turn. Yeah, I never want to see that. I always want to see the OGs. I want to see the original guys. I want to see Preston. I want to see Steve-O. I want to see Bam if possible. And Johnny's always been my favorite. Johnny was the one where it's like, this guy's too cool for the rest of these losers. What's he even doing here? Didn't he just make a movie with The Rock? Why is he getting knocked unconscious by a Brahma bull somewhere in the middle of Oklahoma?
Money, and the other people are just his staff.
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah. I mean, but he didn't let him down. He keeps making the movies. Like clearly, Johnny's set.
55 now.
Yeah,
and I'm done with his routine. You said you don't want him to pass the torch. No one does it well. Well, then maybe someone can steal the torch by changing the formula a little bit, like a mix between. What the fuck is their show called? You just told me. Jackass and Impractical Jokers. I'd like to see a little more like unknowing civilian social pressure mixed in there some more. So really, when I think of it, I think of them like fucking throwing rat traps at each other's balls or something, and I'm just it's too stupid for me.
You haven't watched it all. So I like the pranks where they've been doing it for a while, since maybe the second or third movie, where Johnny dresses as the old man, and then they get a lady to dress as the old lady.
No,
and they sort of embarrass themselves in public. There's a really good one. It might be from a movie that Johnny did that's sort of Jackass adjacent, but he's, outside the grocery store, they have those little horses you ride. You put a quarter in, and it sort of moves back and forth. It's a super lame ride, but to like a 4-year-old, it's cool. He gets on one of those that they've tampered with, of course, and there's a crowd of people around because they're shopping, and it launches him like a rocket ship through a plate glass window and into like the restaurant or the furniture store or whatever that it's parked out in front of. I mean, it's an explosion where he's launched dozens of feet, and he's 70 or something. Like running around or freaking out. Like, I liked all those. Whenever they do the old man makeup, and they're really good at it. Like, nobody in public is like, it's just a guy in a suit. He looks like an old man. They kill it every time. That I really like.
The old man one's good, and they do like.
Guys, I'm sorry. Did you guys like the Impractical Jokers? I forget where I found it. Where there was link it. Someone linked a video where they wrestled a judo champion, like a judo Olympian. No.
Oh yeah. No. You're right. Murr, it's his punishment. He has to like. I guess this judo woman champion was a big fan of the show and was like, you have to like come and be rude to me and pretend to be an ex, and I'm gonna throw you through like an hors d'oeuvres table.
That was Kayla Harrison.
Yeah,
that was UFC fighter Kayla Harrison, who's the big yoked blonde chick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she throws Murr at a. She's wearing like a wedding dress, not the bride's dress, but she's there at a wedding, and she like judo throws him into like a big table of food or something like that.
The way I saw it, I thought she wasn't in on it. She was in on it.
Oh, the idea was that it was to appear to everyone there that she wasn't in on it.
Oh, I didn't see the background.
It was like her and her husband, the groom, that were in on it, and nobody else knew what was up. And so he just, they're in Murr's ear, and he's like, "Can I be done?" And they're like, "Not yet, bud. Go tell her that her pussy stinks," or like whatever. And they get thrown into the koi pond. Or whatever, all nonsense they were doing.
Yeah, I like Impractical Jokers, but I've seen it all. I've seen all of the Impractical Jokers. When Chiz and I would go on vacation, that's how I first got exposed to it. Chiz and I'd be smoking weed on the couch, and he'd season after season of that shit. Because there's like, I don't know how much there is, but there's a lot of episodes every season, and there's a dozen or 20 seasons or something like that. Days of entertainment. I love that show. It's really good.
It is.
They've had some incidents, and some of their pranks have been like really long, like cons. Like there was one where Sal, the fat guy, he had to, as a punishment, maybe he had to climb like a big statue in New York City or something like that, and like touch the top of it, and it was kind of precarious. It was a little dangerous, but he did it or whatever. Well, then they send actors off camera, like a week later, to pretend like they're from like the New York Antiquities and Park Service
That's
or something.
terrific.
And they're like, we understand that you did a stunt of some kind where you disgraced the statue of so-and-so. And he's like, well, no, it's a little prank for our show. Client, well, we're going to need you to come downtown. We're going to need to, and he's going to meetings over this, where they go through the whole meeting dry and everybody's staring at him like he's a terrorist. And like he's been going through these meetings for like weeks trying to decide how they're going to fine him or imprison him or what they're going to do to him to make restitution. And then it's only after that is it finally revealed on camera that like it's just a bit. Yeah. Even better, they had a bit where the Jokers are the boss and they have people coming to them trying to get a job, and then you make it silly. But you have to. I think Murr had to flirt with the candidates, and there's a beautiful black lady who comes in for the job, and Murr's flirting with her. She's hitting it back. He's like, oh, I'm Murr, and you're Kerr. 2 peas in a pod. She's like, we could be. We are 2 peas in a pod.
Almost put a
really?
job on that bitch.
Yeah, we make a good couple.
I'm in rank.
We sure would. What? Really? And he's just like flabbergasted. She's beautiful. And at the end of it, he finds out now.
So funny, dude. I got on this motherfucker at like 12 o'clock.
He's so let down. It's sad.
Whatever.
Well, and also it's like,
yeah, I'll
come
get back on.
You're interviewing her for a job.
I can play for the
Like
first
even
little
in the
bit.
fantasy land, you're the one in charge
a
of
date. They scheduled a date. He's like, well, I'm going to the Philharmonica Orchestra. Me too. She's just like, I love the orchestra. I would love to go to that. I can never get tickets. So, well, you could go with me. Oh, when? What night? Say less. And it's just like, you can see him like get excited and be like, at the time he was.
Yeah, but
I think they've all struggled.
Yeah, now Murr and Joe, they left at different times. And you kind of need the whole like quartet there to make it work. It doesn't work without the whole gang.
Well, Joe's been gone for years.
Yeah, that's what
There has to be someone who can do it, though. Like they're free. Oh, okay.
Miss Joe, but like they do a fine job for free. And for a season or two, it was sort of COVID times. They would have guys fill in, like guest comedians would come in and do stuff. I didn't care for that a bit. But I do miss Joe, but I think they do fine without him. Murr's still there. He just had that, like, Murr and Joe have had accusations against them for one thing or another. Mostly light stuff, but it's like sexual assault stuff.
Well, like pinching at the supermarket as part of a challenge. All right, Joe, go over there and slap her ass. Whole hand.
Camera stuff.
All of us can attest that once you reach any level of fame, it's your obligation to be terrible to women. Right. It was a top priority of mine. Just start mistreating all the women in my life ASAP.
He's won.
Balloons on
Oh
their
my
bras,
god!
trying to take them off. That was a good hit. Yeah, that's a good feel-good show. No one ever gets hurt other than those guys.
I feel like if I was doing a show like that right now, I'd be targeting the reflecting pool. I feel like you get some real good bites there with some silliness.
Got one more round.
Like I'd be at the reflecting pool trying to like go right up at the edge of getting arrested, because they have undercover cops at the reflecting pool and soldiers who are arresting people for touching the water. Like,
push that guy in and then tattle on him. Into the pool! Into the pool!
That would be funny to like. You know the thing you do by the pool where you like push them and save them a little bit? Like, I almost went to federal penitentiary for that.
Just like smash cut, you accidentally fall into. You're both like sopping wet in a holding cell. Like, it was supposed to be funny. Like
I saw a guy dressed as a frog. Like he had an enormous like mascot suit dressed as a frog, and he had a sign that said like "Let's go algae" or
That's
"Go
hilarious.
algae go," and I'm just like, man. I get not liking Trump. I get thinking Trump is bad. I get protesting against Trump. You look like an imbecile. You look like an imbecile. Go algae, go. You're on the algae side.
Hilarious.
you look like a
To root for algae is clearly a joke and pretty fucking funny. Like I've been loving the reflecting pool because Trump put his name personally all over this thing, right? He has this thing where he's uniquely qualified to solve these problems. No one on earth could redecorate Donald, DC like Donald Trump could. And it's been such a colossal and public failure. And he's lying to try to make it look like. I've seen underground Antifa labs producing algae. You can buy that shit on Amazon. It's weird. He's talking about a 300. Well, first it was a 250-foot slice in the ground that someone did with a knife. Mind you, not only is the reflection pool like surveilled constantly, it's live streamed constantly. Like, you can go look at a live stream of the reflection pool right now. This never happened. But then the cut switched to 300 feet. And then the cut switched to 350 feet. And they're like, Trump, do you have any evidence of this 350-foot knife cut on the bottom of the pool? And he says, oh, we'll produce it at the appropriate time. Dude, it's just a lie. No one cut the bottom like that. And he's lying to save his skin because they didn't do a good job.
What is 43 people watching?
He's laughing. Like this is one of those things where the left doesn't get it. Like, they're being led around by their tail on this one. He loves you complaining about his terrible pool he put in. Because the alternative is you talking about, he'll talk about it. He'll keep it going. He'll stoke those fires until the presidency's over. He's happy to talk about it. Yeah, no, because he raped children, Woody. He probably the children.
Yeah, we lost the war in Iran, and he managed to bury the story about how the way he rapes women and children. But the reflecting pool's still a bad look for him because he sort of did this personal guarantee. He handpicked the contractor. He's known this guy for years, and he just gets caught in lie after lie, and then he makes up new lies. And I'm still baffled how no one is bothered by the way that he lies.
I just don't care about the pool at all. Like
it seems like the war being
if they bulldozed it full of failure. If they filled it in, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Like just fill it in. Who fucking cares?
That's a popular opinion. No one wants to get rid of the reflecting pool. I think they have two options. They either go full blast and manage it like a swimming pool that's just not healthy for wildlife, or they go full blast and make it like a pond that literally has, lily pads and shit like that in it.
Then it won't reflect anything.
Well, the first one will, but what you can't have is like this in between. Like, you can't have a wildlife safe pool that doesn't have algae.
What's the cleanest kind of shark? Now you've got a real thing to look at there.
You could put tiger sharks in there. They can live for a very long time.
It's not deep enough.
Well, make it a little deeper.
Like 3 feet.
Now it's a big project.
4 feet?
It's like 3 feet in the middle, if I recall, and like 18 inches near the edges. So it's kind of U-shaped in the middle.
I'm not sure if we have to put tiger sharks in there. I'm just saying they could be great. They'd be all right.
Sounds like you are.
What about a bull shark? They can survive anywhere. They killed somebody in the Mississippi and Missouri at one point, according to some graph.
Yeah.
Look at me to some map where it's like shark attacks by state, and it's like, what the fuck happened in Missouri?
The Ozarks are all freshwater, right? They have to be. It comes from the north, right?
No, it was in the Mississippi.
Tiger sharks can survive in fresh water for very long periods of time. Yeah, not days or weeks, but years or something like that. Tiger sharks are, and they also, I think they're the ones that attack people the most on purpose. I think tiger sharks and bull sharks will eat
bull
people,
sharks,
whereas white sharks, I don't think a white shark has ever eaten a whole person. It's just that their exploratory bite before they figure out you're not a seal or a sea lion, because they take a hunk out of your thigh or your femoral or whatever, you bleed out in the ocean.
I remember when I was surfing, people would try to make me feel better and say that, like, well, that shark is not that lethal. You'd lose a foot or something. I'm like, well, that's not okay. I don't want to lose a foot. I want to lose a toe. All these things are unacceptable to me.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose anybody. You couldn't put tiger sharks in that pool. Some of these weigh up to like 2,000 pounds. Bull shark,
put them in there
bull shark 290, like 200 to 300 pounds.
No way they could maintain the water quality for saltwater fish in there. They can't maintain the water. They can't keep it clear as it is.
You can fill it full of catfish.
They would survive. They always find a way.
Yeah.
What eats algae? Everything?
They're algae eaters, but I just think there's so much algae and it's such a perfect environment for them. It would need to be stocked full of algae eaters.
Yeah.
And then they would die because there's no oxygenation happening.
Yeah, then you got a bunch of dead fish. Then it's
Like I said on PKN, the whole problem is that the reason that Biden's estimate was like $100 million plus is because the core issue is the pipes underneath the pool. There's a whole drainage and filtration system underneath the pool that they're not running right now. That's, of course, it's algae because they're not filtering it. They're not. Those pipes are broken and cracked underground, and they leak.
They said that's where the algae came from. They said it was in those pipes.
Yeah, well, I know they said that.
Wait, algae, but it would need sunlight, right? Or is it just like residual? I don't even know how that works.
I think it's residual algae that had been filtered through the pipes, and then it starts leaking, and then they turn the filtration system on, and they clean everything out, and they turn it back on, and the algae gets shot out of the pipes back into there, and it's seeded the whole thing again. And then they treat it with hydrogen peroxide, which kills the fucking ducks, because the ducks are shitting in there and like exacerbating things. But again, the whole problem is swimming pools across the world have no issue with this because they filter them. If they would just filter this thing, it would be fine, but they can't. So they slapped a coat of paint on it, literally, not even a good coat of paint, and then called it good for $14 million. And of course, instantly it goes back to green, just like any swimming pool would if you did the same. If you took an algae-filled swimming pool and your solution was not to turn the filter on, but to put a new liner in, and then you're like, oh, this should solve it, you know what would happen. It would be a well-lined, algae-filled swimming pool the next day.
Or a poorly lined one.
A good
or
move,
a poorly lined one.
If I were in charge, I would have painted the bottom algae green. Now, who's the wiser? Now it's reflecting, and it's like that's what it's supposed to look like. Retard. How do you not get it?
I think I'd go full wildlife. I know it's not a reflecting pool anymore, and probably some people wouldn't like it. But it'd be dope in other ways to see like the lily pads and the ducks, and
there should be those machines you put a quarter in, get the duck feed and fish feed from all on the side of it. They should put like fish or something that are native to the region and turn it into a bit of a geological like attraction. Like, this is the marshland whoozy what's it lives here.
Let me tell you a quick story. The New Jersey Aquarium came out. It was in Camden, and it was this idea to Camden's a terrible, terrible city in New Jersey, and they put a lot of investment in this aquarium to have a little bright, shining light of it, and hopefully, start a turnaround. All the fish at the New Jersey Aquarium were native to the area. It was the worst aquarium I had ever seen. All the fish were brown. Some of them were gray. All of them were unattractive. You'd walk around as a guy that fucking loves fish more than anyone maybe fish. I'm like, this is terrible. Why am I looking at this fish? This isn't a decorative or interesting fish. This is just there's like flounder. Do you know what a flounder looks like? It lays on the bottom in the sand. You can barely see it and has one eye that faces up or two eyes or something. Like it's awful, awful, ugly fish. And it was terrible. And they had to rebrand it. Like they're like New Jersey Aquarium now with colorful fish and rainbow colored posters and banners.
Not just from New Jersey. It's like when you go to a really big.
Maybe I'm in the minority on this. I just don't care. And if they bulldozed it full of dirt, I would be happy. Maybe not happy, but is that real?
That's a flounder.
That looks like the fish from The Simpsons that lives in the toxic waste.
Well, it is flat on the bottom, so it's evolved like that.
I understand that, but it's like I'm expecting a third eye to be on the other side of the face.
That's what the New Jersey Aquarium has now.
Oh, look at that guy.
Well,
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
That's Flounder.
That's Flounder.
Little Mermaid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
your favorite Disney film.
That was pretty creative, that interpretation of a flounder for Flounder.
Yeah,
because those were terrible. It's like the boring aquarium reminded me of when you go to a Giant Bass Pro and you're like, whoa, they've got an aquarium here. And you look at it for 2 seconds and it's like, oh, these are the bad fish. Like who gives
hard disagree.
A bunch of bass? Neat. Like these are everywhere.
I think it's cool. I always like I've seen those clips on TikTok of the Brits coming over and being amazed by everything American, and the one guy's in Bass Pro Shop like, this is my favorite store ever now. he's like looking at the fish and like looking at the turkey calls and stuff. I always liked it. I remember that guy that jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That guy's a hero.
The Bass Aquarium is cool because it's in the pro shop, but it can't compete with like an aquarium's reef exhibit. That.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Atlanta Aquarium, of course, has like the freshwater, like swampy place where you do have those boring fish. You go down that
Okay.
hallway, and I love the Atlanta Aquarium. It's got a little bit of everything. I think they got crocodiles now. I know they've got the dolphin thing where you can go swim with the dolphins and everything. The whale sharks, and the Atlanta Aquarium is so nice.
The Atlanta Aquarium has a reef exhibit, and there's this one, I think it's a Flamingi tang or something, but it's like an 18-inch, 2-foot, really colorful fish. And I swear this is true. That fish liked me more than everyone else there. He kept coming back. I'm watching him. He's watching me. We're bonding. Me and that Flamingi tang, we're tight.
I bet he does that with everyone.
I heard he was a bit of a slut.
He's a bit of a socialite. All the other fish are ugly. Aquariums are cool. We don't have a good one here. We have a great zoo, but the aquariums leaves a lot to be desired.
I'll go to the zoo. The zoo is animal jail. It's depressing as fuck.
Only for the smart animals and the
No,
polar
for
bear.
all of
They
them.
shouldn't have a polar bear at the St. Louis Zoo. That thing is
Animals
hot.
happier in the zoo.
What animals are happier?
Yeah. Then if
Reptiles, for sure.
The prey animals.
the
Reptiles. are
reptiles
retarded.
for sure, not the prey animals. They want to be out there fighting and fucking
No,
and
no.
chasing things
You're
down.
thinking of predators.
Yeah.
Oh,
Prey
you're right.
animals
You're
are in
right.
constant fear. Like they're living the dream.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
danger.
if I'm like a caribou or something with a big zoo exhibit, like this is the best life I could possibly have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're
I think
a
I want
giraffe.
to live
you, don't
free.
even have to, you don't even have to stretch anymore. All your food's nice and handy near the ground.
I see them bring ice to the polar bears, and they instantly roll around in it, and like this is what my life should be all the time. It's sad.
Yeah.
What
They
do you
still
think
have
the,
the.
what do you think the largest distance polar bears ever swam is?
I don't know, but I was about to say polar bears don't get ice in nature, and I'm glad I held that in.
Yeah, oh, that's for the 4th hour.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I hate the ice.
Atlanta polar bears don't get ice in nature. That might be true.
Yeah, they bring that big block out, and you're right. That is what they do. And the one we have here, half the time he's like in a cool room in the back, not even out for exhibit because it's too hot and muggy here. And when he is out, it's like at least give it like a buzz cut, you know? Like don't.
We got the bomb. Bomb going down. Charges set. One enemy left. Neutralize them.
Don't leave it long and shaggy and natural because that's got to be hellish.
It's a double-coated animal. You can't shave that.
You can shave a little bit.
It doesn't grow back right.
Talking about you couldn't shave it.
It doesn't grow back right. It must grow. You made that up.
Yeah.
No, it's. I know it's true for dogs.
That's
like
like wives' tale.
dogs
What?
that have
You
double
shaved my
coats.
dog. Oh,
Your dog doesn't have a double coat.
that's true. I didn't wait for that part.
Yeah.
What
if you
dogs have double coats? Like a husky? or something?
Pomeranians do, but lots of them do. Like I know because I'm Pomeranian. I don't know the list of dogs that have double coats, but I know you are not supposed to shave them because sometimes they don't grow back right. They develop skin issues and they can't regulate their body heat anymore because they're supposed to have this like super thermal layer attached to the skin.
Okay, well then it does. Then don't buzz cut it, but give it a trim, an appropriate trim.
Set it fucking free. Take it to the fucking North Pole and let it go. I don't know
Ship is
why we're
dead.
holding them hostage like no one's ever. Like everybody knows what a
Simplify
polar bear
your
looks like.
plan and just let it go. I'm saving money over here.
I
It'd
just feel sorry
killed on
for
the
him.
highway. Yeah. What, you
Let
just
it go north.
Ruin someone's suburban.
Yeah, I always
So
hear them
it
saying
says
that when the
fur coat would grow back just fine, but that it'd be very dangerous. It needs it as a UV barrier. It's a critical part of their insulation. It's not really accounting for the fact that it lives in Atlanta.
yeah, it'd be no good.
Yeah, the vast majority of animals in the zoo are fine. Like birds don't know, like as long as they can get a little bit of up, like they're okay.
The animal that can fly freely, free as a bird, as it were, and now he's locked in a cage the size of a Winnebago.
Well, I'm not
Get the fuck outta
using
here.
colloquialisms as.
I don't like it. I think zoos are animal prisons. There's no
You say
the way
that
that
as
people
if we don't know. That's the. If it wasn't an animal prison, no one would go. It would be mayhem. It'd be bananas.
But they know it's an animal prison. Like they want to leave. Like they don't want to be there. They're sad. They they gotta hate it there. They've gotta like remember a time when they were free or something. Remember when you see those pictures every now and then? They used to have like black kids in zoos. You ever see that? Where they just have they just capture
Like
an African
humans
child
in a zoo?
Yeah, you know this? They used to put black children in the zoo.
Like freak show
for people.
type zoos.
No.
And like just
Well,
putting
I mean,
black people on
sort of,
cage.
but
Yeah.
no. A regular
freak show and
zoo, like you go past the polar bears, make a left at the grizzlies, go way past the gazelles, and there's some black children in a cage. Like that's how zoos used to be.
And you could,
Were they
there's a little-
working there? Like, did they take shifts, or were they 24 hour
children
imprisoned?
from Africa who had been brought back to the New World and were being exhibited as animal men.
Yeah, just like they had like a little placard that was like, the rhino can eat up to 70 pounds of dry grass a day. It'd be like, the pygmy grows to an adult height of 4'11", and it's just a guy in there that got kidnapped.
It's just a guy in there. Yeah. I'm
Zach
sure Zach can
showing
find photos.
pictures of black kids in zoos.
Zach says I can't show these. Yeah, well then don't show them. I trust your judgment.
It's baffling me in the first one that there are two black people looking at the black children. Like, look at them. Like,
Look at it!
We gotta get out of here. See an empty exhibit over there, and that guy with the fucking
Dude,
pit
can you
helmet
accept
is looking
the
at me funny.
fucking forfeit? We're already gonna get
Yeah.
loss protection.
I think we'll feel the same way about, the fucking poor ass polar bears in 100 years as we do about seeing these poor black kids in a goddamn pool for these Brits to look at.
Move in and execute all
I
mission
am
parameters.
confused by the two black
We got
people
the
like
bomb.
at the exhibit. Like maybe that was a rival tribe. They're gloating.
Bomb plan in progress.
We have
Yeah.
as many as you want. You
Yeah,
say the
yes.
word.
they're dressed in like African clothes. Is that hat called a fez? The
A fez is the thing that the little monkey in Aladdin wears, and that the Shriners wear. It's like
It
that little
looks-
cap that has the.
it's
Close
the
enough.
same shape, but a different. It's not like a bread cat. It's like.
One enemy left. Neutralize them.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I just made that up, but maybe.
Man, there's a non-zero chance
Seems
it's your
like they
made-up
call it.
word.
Hey, if I'm a black
everybody's-
naming hats, Koofy's on the top of my list.
Mm.
Everybody's looking so spiffy in those hats. Everybody's got a hat on. It's a good look.
Holy shit, it is a Koofy. I googled it. That's a Koofy. Nice.
I don't think you made it up. I don't think you landed on that by accident. I
Look
think
at
you knew.
No, this
Koofy.
looks. I just googled it. It looks like Koofy is almost like the beanie cap that a lot of Muslims
Oh,
wear.
it's such a little link. Like a little Wikipedia
Yeah,
here. Look
in
at that.
his link, the top one looks similar to the hat, but the bottom one doesn't.
Oh, then a difference in styles.
Search and destroy.
Well, this one's like a. This one's got like Carhartt on the side. That's not real.
That's not.
Carhartt started making Koofys. It ain't been the same in this country.
Goofy work hat. It'd be a terrible work hat. Wouldn't be useful.
Back to my polar bear question. What's the longest distance you think a polar bear has ever swum?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna guess it's
All at once.
swam it.
He swam it nonstop. Well, when I say nonstop, I mean he didn't take like a break and get off on land somewhere. It's like island hopping. I'm not talking about that.
You're everything the guild stands for.
I feel like it's gonna be a wild answer, like 150 miles, but that's too crazy. Like even if he's in a heavy current or something, too much. So I'm gonna cut that by an order of magnitude, 15 miles.
600 miles.
Taylor went over. Woody went under. 450 miles. it would. They had it radio tagged, so they know for sure. It would swim. It would lay on its back, take a little nap, and then swim some more. 450 miles.
I wonder if it ate along the way.
Nah. They're
no,
bears,
they're really
you know,
good at getting fat as hell and then just like conserving for a while.
Yeah.
Because they fish. Bears fish.
Not polar bears though. They eat like, those seals and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Really?
pop
Polar
up out
bears
of the
don't eat
ice.
fish?
There's no fish to get. I mean, there's fish in the
They
Arctic
live
or
on
whatever,
the
but-
ocean.
Yeah,
probably
but there's no way to
down-
get them out of there. They're down in there, and they eat sea lions,
And
seals.
do sea lions and seals both live up north?
I don't
Or is
know.
that one of those splits? I know sea
It's one of
lions
the
are the
other-
ones with the ugly eyes. Like they have those like bulbous eyes on the side, and then seals are the ones that look like friendly dogs.
Yeah, like fur seals. I know they eat those. I see them like pop up out of their little holes in the ice. They got those nostrils on the front of their face, and they sort of like pop their head up and look around, see if everything's okay. It's real cute.
I don't think they're as reliably friendly as they look like they are.
I don't think so.
You
either.
think they're dogs of the ocean, but they're actually wild animals.
Mm-hmm.
Please
Yeah,
ban
there's
good
documentation
losses
of sea
will
lion
affect
killing
the
a
worst
person.
map
It grabbed that lady and took her down like 100 meters.
Anything but
I saw
good
an
luck.
AI video of like
first
depicting
one.
that, and so many people
For
online
overall,
being like,
there's one spawn
"Grok, is
zone,
this true?"
And
it's
once they
like,
get it, if you're not
it's like the
spawned,
story
you're fucked.
included that she was alone at the time. Like, who do you think's filming? Who would have been filming this little endeavor? But yeah, that would be a terrifying death.
Which AI program do you guys like the most?
I just
Tell
use
you're a
ChatGPT.
Grok guy, right?
I don't use AI very much. Like on PKN, when I like was fucking with it and was like, "There's a bear in my living room. Help! I'm in trouble. What do I do?" It's like, "Don't corner it. I've cornered it. What next?" Like that was that was the first time I've used AI in probably 2 months. I just don't use it very much. Or
I use it
the
every
only
day.
time I'll use it is if I can't find a good result on Google. I'll just search the exact same thing in Grok and then scroll to the bottom, and it aggregates all the non-advertising links that it pulled from, and then you can just click through that.
I use it almost every day. It's almost always for cooking. Little simple questions about like the meal I'm making. Like if I'm making like a beef stew that has mushrooms in it, it's like, hey, when do I cook the mushrooms? Because shouldn't I saute them first so I get all the moisture out? And they're like, yes, that's exactly what you want to do. Okay, well, do I put the beef in first and then saute the mushrooms in the beef, like grease or whatever? And yeah, and like going through those steps.
Good call, Kyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I feel like you're just getting confirmed, which is what it does. I use it.
I need it to tell me so I don't have like chewy mushrooms in my soup or whatever.
Yeah.
I've actually gone to Gemini being my favorite. I saw that it like won the AI reliability testing at the moment I looked it up. They change places a lot, so it made me try it, and I liked it. I use ChatGPT a lot too. Gemini is a little better with like sex stuff. You ask ChatGPT almost like medical sex questions, and it gives you this big answer, then instantly erases it and says it's redacted. I'm like,
What?
yeah, it doesn't want to talk about sex on ChatGPT.
Will it make like inappropriate images? Not necessarily porn, but just like I've had
I don't know.
ChatGPT make some awful things for me before.
I don't even know how to make pictures, and when I ask it to, a lot of times it just gets in a like it's been months since I've tried, but like it just got into a cycle that never created the picture.
ChatGPT is great for pictures. I'll just instantly be like, hey, draw me a
Did you pay
picture.
for it?
Styles have the
No,
EMP.
I did. I was paying the like $20 a month, but
Mhm.
I don't notice any difference now that I've stopped paying for it.
Hmm.
I'm sure there is. Maybe it's slower. Maybe I don't have as many. Maybe there's a limited amount of questions I can ask or something, but I've never reached that limit because, like I said, I'm usually 2 or 3 questions and I'm done.
I still run into the problem where when I'm a subject matter expert, it's terrible. So I ask it a lot of science questions, which I think it's particularly good with because that's relatively stable, as opposed to news or video games or something where it's also new. But I'm scientifically illiterate enough not to know if its explanation of gravity is close but wrong, or something like that.
Well, you're not good at that explanation of gravity anyway.
We have the EMP.
I don't think
Well,
our scientists fully understand that.
They don't. They don't.
No.
Hmm.
I've
Well, then that's a
listened to
good
enough.
example.
I've listened to enough interviews with Michio Kaku, especially when he used to be on the Opie and Anthony show, and he's like a theoretical physicist. And they would ask him like straightforward things, and he'd be like, "The universe, it is a mystery, and it's like, can you answer? And Jimmy after he would leave would be like, can you answer one fucking thing about the universe? Just one, without saying that it's a wonderful universal, mystery. Just one bit of like hard evidence. That's what they do, theoretical physicists, right? They're just out there just winging it. What if this? What if that?
No.
Heck if I know. I don't know.
They're trying to make their math match their observations, and there's a couple of different ways of measuring things. They don't add up is the problem.
Oh, behind us.
So they don't. When things go to the quantum level, all of a sudden Newtonian physics don't work at all, and the math doesn't math, and so there's.
Right.
What did I say?
No, you said Newtonian physics doesn't work, and then they have a whole new type of physics.
Yeah, when you get to the quantum level, like the Newtonian physics don't work at the scale of an atom. When it doesn't add up, and then just trying to figure out what an electron is, how big it is, and like how many there are is a whole quandary. Like very basic questions. They're like, well, we think this, but we are divided, and there's like multiple schools of thought for almost the most basic things when it comes to quantum physics. There's one guy who thinks there's only one electron. At all.
I did a whole test
in the universe.
Shells.
Wait, one electron? Not even one per atom, just one period?
Just one.
Oh.
And it is in all periods of time, and it is in all atoms simultaneously, and it doesn't materialize until it's measured. I know that electrons are best visualized as a cloud, where you don't know where it is at any point. It's a probability cloud when you're trying to figure out where an electron is. It's not a place.
I visualize it. What was it? Covalent bonds, where you have like the different number of electrons in the rings, and you
like
kind
a
of tell
solar
which
system,
atoms.
but miniature.
With
a core in the middle, and
but apparently
everything's
that's not
rotating
right at
around.
all. It's supposed to be a cloud of some sort.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely true. It definitely is a probability cloud that the electron quasi exists in, and it's only in any place when it's measured. Yeah, quantum physics is a head fuck, and it when you hear them talk about it a lot, and they're not even talking about simulation theory, you're like, this sounds like a video game. This sounds like how you code a video game. How you don't need to you waste processing speed on something that the player can't see. There's no reason to like form that thing down the hallway to the left until we get down the hallway. So only when you get down the hallway and measure something does it actually pop into actual reality. It's one of the reasons that I think the simulation theory just sounds right. Little things like that.
Can you imagine how easy those valence shell tests would have been if you agreed with John Archibald Wheeler? Like, when you had to put the electrons in the shells and everything in chemistry, and then it would be, and then you'd have to, like, for him, you would just put like one at the top of the page, and it could be anywhere at any time. Yeah, this guy's wrong, dude. It seems like nobody likes.
Yeah, nobody cosigns these. There's only one electron thing, but it is a probability cloud. You never know what an electron is.
One isn't enough. I'm gonna coin the 28 electron universe.
Total. Yeah.
Yeah, total. That's enough. Yeah, that's silly.
Man,
he was just sitting around one day and he's like, "This is gonna blow people's mind." Does it make sense, John? Oh, not even a little at the beginning. But we're gonna roll with it. See if people can disprove it.
I saw Elon talking about going to Mars again yesterday. I really hope they do it.
No,
I would love to see them do it, but I don't believe a word he says. I don't believe a word he says. He was actually doing it in an effort to promote Starlink. Starlink is going to fund the mission to Mars, but it's like, when, dude? When do we start? When step one happen? When step one happens? It doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen.
SpaceX is getting beat up a little bit. Musk is no longer a trillionaire. It's hard if you don't like Elon Musk very much, because I don't like him because he lies. Then it's hard to like celebrate him only being worth like 990 billion. Like, we got him. Not even a trillionaire.
The people who root against that guy have way too much fucking time on their hands, and their priorities are so out of whack. Your local politician's the problem. He's way more than that trillionaire who seems to actually have some good things he wants to do for humanity, along with just being a weird greedy guy, he also seems like he has benevolent intentions for humanity. Like Starlink is definitely bring electricity to every.
Oh my god! No, bro!
I'm sorry.
It is incredible.
Tesla electricity being down in space, and you can just tap into that anywhere.
Starlink is one of the neat things he did. Heck, I even think PayPal was kind of cool. The fees on it are outrageous at this point.
Now.
But yeah, they just kept raising the fees until they got profitable. But it's so convenient. It was a great service.
Fuck.
Oh, and then Tesla itself, the cars, like, pretty dope. Just filled with lies. And the lies, like, I feel like the people that like Elon Musk are fucking cucks on their knees with their tongue out asking for more lies. Stop letting this man lie to you. He sold full self-driving for $10,000 13 years ago, and he still hasn't delivered it. These cars are off the road at this point. It was just a bucket of lies. You know, he's telling you, oh, buy our cars now because there's going to be fucking robo-taxis on the street. You remember Boogie was going to buy a Tesla, buying that robo-taxi bullshit that it would make him money while he was doing something else? Yeah, this is the guy selling. If it was any other car company, he'd be roasted to the end of the earth. But somehow, with Musk, we just accept that, like, it's okay to be lied to by this guy. Get off your knees, put your tongue back in your mouth, and start having some dignity. When someone lies to you like that, call them out as someone you don't like anymore.
Yeah, his projections are always Barnum and Bailey projections. Just really pulled out of thin air type shit that never comes to fruition. He's always way overshooting or undershooting.
Yeah, I felt like a fucking retard getting into a Uber the other day because I haven't like driven in Teslas very much, and I'm like, oh, how do I work the handle? So push on this side, and then it pops out, and it's like, all right, make an ass of me. Only once. I won't do that again.
Was it cool?
It was pretty neat. Yeah, there was just some guy driving. It's a little weird how quiet it is. Like, but also they must do a pretty good job of, or at least this model, of getting rid of the highway noise, because that was my thought before I had driven in one more than a couple of times. This is the first time I think I've been in an Uber in one, because I've been in an Uber in one before, but never on like a real highway stretch that would make a lot of noise. Not a lot of highway noise, which would have been my thought of like, this thing's gonna, without the engine ambient noise to like rumble a bit, you're just gonna be hearing wind and nonsense on the road. But it's a pretty nice car. Yeah, the SpaceX shit, he needs to accelerate it, get us to Mars faster. It's going too